What is up, traders? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Take a couple notes here. I mean, we're looking at NQ, we're looking at gold. You guys keep talking about gold. I say, you know what? I don't see anything that I like on gold. And typically it's not that great to trade in New York session. Yo, what's good, Sid? Welcome back, bro. Appreciate you coming back. Appreciate it. So yeah, I kind of want to look at gold here, to be completely honest. I know gold's not the best to trade in New York, but there's some structure on the hourly that I would say is favorably bullish. Once again, just within that massive range, but kind of holding neckline as support, and we're kind of following that higher low, higher low, higher low pattern on the hourly, here, here, and here if it holds. So we're kind of looking for 40s to ultimately hold. But as far as the structure on the hourly, we had, I guess in yesterday's New York session, support form right there around 50s. Feld moved to the upside during the overnight session, but honestly last night was pretty crazy anyway, so I don't want to say it was really a Feld breakout, but ultimately opened up lower and leaving some wicks kind of in the 40s, and then we had about 10-point retracement back to the upside, and now we're trying to hold previous support. And if we do, I would say that's a Feld break to the downside and look to follow this market up. We also are kind of pressing on VWAP. If gold can break to the upside and take out VWAP. So that's definitely a trade I'm interested in. I would be interested in trying to get a long position around this dip buy. For sure. To see if we can get a reversal back into VWAP and possibly higher. NQ is very, very hard to read. Last night was crazy. What's good, everybody? Wasn't last night crazy, man? Wasn't last night crazy? NQ exploded right after you needed into the stream yesterday. It's typical. I get off the stream and then we get some moves. Could have had, yeah, I mean, and we never really broke 23,000 too much. It just took off. At least just straight up took off. It took off 180 points, and then it pulled back. And I'll admit it. Hell, I mean, I follow a very simple structure when it comes to my trading. If we have a strong breakout through a key level like 23,100, and we have volume behind it, and there seems to be momentum behind it, I'm gonna try to take the dip buy. And I did try to take the dip buy, but we lost 80% of the fucking move. So hit my daily loss on my live account, and I don't have really any shame in it. I don't really consider it chasing because I let this market pull back about 40 points, took my dip buy, and I was like, hey, let's go back to the highs, right? There's true volume here. There's strong sentiment to the upside. It's a strong breakout above a key level that we have a ton of consolidation under. This looks good. And then the market just dumps 80% of that move, like right, it just gives it right back. And then we just grind back up overnight, and then we're here again. It's just fucking, it's like, oh my God, it's so difficult to trade. It's so difficult to trade, man. And I've been trading NQ for like 8 years now, and it's just so difficult. That's just not how you want to trade that. It's just so difficult. But take it on the chin, right? What are we doing here? How did y'all perform? Anybody take a trade last night on that crazy shit? Yeah, I was trying to follow very, very simple. I mean, I see a very bullish hourly candle breakout to the upside through a key level of resistance. Okay, I let the market pull back for a retest of maybe that previous level, about 130, 140. I take my dip buy. At that point, we're 40 points off the highs. I'm looking for bulls to step back into it, and then this thing really does lose 80% of the move. Like, it comes all the way back down. And then it's a slow bleed back up that I feel like it's a little unpredictable, but that's where we are with that. So, all right, I'm gonna start eyeing up a possible gold trade long. It's just impossible, isn't it? Feels impossible. Yo, BBC, you did some great stuff. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And I've been noticing, I'm going to get long there, 15 micros gold. I'm looking for a retest of VWAP and possible bleed higher. It would be ambitious to look for overnight lows, but we do have overnight lows. But I like this setup here, and we can go look at the hourly and dive into that. But this is yesterday's New York session lows. This is kind of noisy because we had a lot of volatility last night, but ultimately we open up, dump, and then a V-shaped recovery off of key level support at 40s, and now we're, I would assume, consolidating for maybe an attempt at a VWAP break to the upside. So I'm going to get long there, and my stops will kind of be, really, if we start to bleed too deep into 40s, I wouldn't want to be in it. So what I was saying is, yeah, dude, I feel like NQ is moving higher, which is, you know, in line with what you'd want to see out of a market that's moving to all-time highs. But it's giving like that, you almost always seem to have another chance to get into this market. Like we saw it yesterday at the during the morning open, yesterday morning open, or maybe it was yeah, it was Monday morning open. Like we ripped to the upside, which, you know, was in line. It kind of, okay, we're off demand. You know, makes sense to go target the highs again. So sure enough, we do. And this could just be in line with New York Open shenanigans, but like I've been noticing this a lot about NQ, and it's very, very frustrating, to be honest. Because when you're long, you kind of hope that, okay, like we're in and it's going to move now. But no, I mean, this market seems to get initially it gets a run up, and then it'll give back like 80% of the move, and then it'll go again. This is like giving everybody a chance to get into the market, you know? And it's just like been very difficult. Like it'll run, and then it'll give like a very, very ugly close on that candle, and then it'll go for round two and pretty much give everybody an opportunity to get back into it. Like it'll go fill out a range to the upside, sell it all back off, and then whatever that next candle is, it'll start to go again. It's interesting for sure. We even had it last night. Like we even had that off of. And by the way, new demand zones at 23. Everybody should kind of mark this out on their charts there. You have a new demand zone at 23,000 that formed last night. But anyways, what I was saying is, yeah, just like we'll get the initial run up, which is great. And instead of getting like a micro pullback off of a 180 point candle, no, we get a 130 point pullback. And at this point, to me, it's looking bearish. Anytime you have an impulsive move that gets sold immediately all the way back off, it's bearish to me. But sure enough, it just kind of slow bleeds back up. So long story short, just giving bulls a ton of opportunity to get back into it if they miss the first move. But it's kind of ugly. It prints an ugly picture and then it goes. It's interesting for sure. Maybe that's just kind of the ugliness of NQ. Maybe I should trade ES. Maybe I should trade ES. It looks a little high. I don't think so. I think this V shape we shouldn't really test again, but we'll kind of see. I mean, we'll kind of see. I don't think it's too high of an entry because just structurally with that V-shaped recovery off 41, I wouldn't even really want to see price bleed back into that level if it's truly going to hold. So for that reason, I'm kind of expecting somewhere here in the 50s to get caught, but we'll see. See if 48, 49 gets caught. Add 15. I'll add 15 more there at 50. My fucking headset just went out. Okay, we're back. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Kill it. Yeah, I'm live. I added 15 more there. I think we'll go all or nothing on this trade for the eval pass. What's your stop? Pretty much blown account, to be honest. The lows. G said, hey bro, are you giving away My Funded Futures accounts? Yeah, guys, if you use code BPC on a My Funded Futures account, you'll automatically be inserted in a big 6 account giveaway. Automatically be entered. Nice reaction off 47. Can this pop 50s? Catching bids back to 49.50. That looks good. Omar, you are crazy, brother. Crazy guy. Crazy guy. Crazy guy. Yeah, no, it's gold. Yeah, we're trading gold. Trying along on gold. Needs to start to get caught at 46, 47, or this market will go lower. She's looking heavy. Your stop loss in my TP. I'm glad for you. I'm glad for you. As long as one of us are winning. As long as one of us are winning. Pop 45. Yeah, I'm all out. I'm all out. Blowing TPT 50K on a gold trade that just didn't go. Try to stay away from gold in New York session. That's not really an excuse. Just wrong read on the market, to be honest with you. NQ's running back to high day. Your perfect reverse indicator. Okay, brother. I wish you a ton of success. I wish you a ton of success. I really, really do. Because if you're constantly going to inverse me, I think you'll be in trouble. I think you'll be in trouble. But hey, man, if that's how you have to get into your trades and out of your trades, by inversing somebody, I guess that's a good idea. Till it doesn't work. It's definitely a strat, I'll tell you that much. I think Omar is just way, 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 way better than me at trading, I think. To be completely honest. Hence the way he's telling me he is in the YouTube chat. Gold selling? Yeah, no, now it looks like it. I mean, if we don't hold 40s, and yeah, that's the whole I mean, the reason we're out of trades, because if it doesn't hold 40s, this thing can really, really start to sell. So yeah, I mean, this is at the moment looking ugly. You have price open here at 52. That's your open of the candle. This is all in the daily, and we're currently pushing through the lows of 40s. This starts to bleed into the 30s, possibly 20s. But whenever you see a wick to the upside like this isn't a hammer candle. So whenever you see a wick to the upside like this is all rejected range, right? So if the candle opens here, it did push up through this range up to 75, but ultimately it got sold all the way back off. So that's all rejected range, and you typically call that exhausted buying. Now it does look very, very, very weak. At the moment, it didn't look too bad because we were kind of taking it here. But now that it's breaking 40s, yeah, it's getting ugly. I mean, it's getting ugly. I mean, it can go. That's the thing, man. When it comes to gold, I thought I'd give it a shot. Trading New York session trading gold is, I think it's way better to trade it in the night sessions, but there's just a ton of levels here. It's almost like a little too much. You have another level like true neckline is about that 20 level. Like true neckline, if you try it at true neckline, 20s, high 20s, low 30s. So, anyways, NQ's looking good. NQ's looking good. Just bleeding up. Might kind of have a channel break to the upside here, to be honest. Maybe it does a touch and go off VWAP at 40. This could be actually a decent VWAP trade, to be honest. A little VWAP trade. Yo, what's good, Stacks? If it even gives you VWAP, it might not. It might just run through the highs. Yo, what's good, Steph? Welcome in. Welcome in. See if this is like a touch and go off VWAP for a breakout of this descending channel. I want to see it bounce at 40s. Look at that VWAP respecting 40. Yo, what's up, Drake? How you doing, man? Doing good. Where are you from? Oh, sorry, I missed your question, brother. I'm from Texas. I'm from like West Tech, kind of like Central West Texas, I think. I think. Okay, this market's getting a reaction off VWAP. That's all. That's kind of all I need. You have a descending channel and the higher time frame, bullish uptrend. We have VWAP consolidating here. We're getting a reaction here at neckline of the channel. Typically, that's all I would need to see. Although we've already ran 20 points off the entry. And you'd look to take that into the morning high. Should I risk less and go for consistency or risk more and try to pass the combine in 2 to 3 trades? I would say seems like he got the right idea with like risk less and go for consistency, but I mean, I do think, I feel like staying in the combine stage for a very, very long time is not necessarily a waste of time, but at the end of the day, you can still learn and trade funded, and you're gonna have the emotions in play because it's like, okay, this is all eligible payouts that I could be taking if I do trading well. So like I would kind of trade the combines aggressively, but yeah, no, I would probably size down the funded stage and just like really go for like your best trades and trade small and be picky about it and be patient. Yo, what's good, Ja? No country music today, guys. I keep getting flagged and banned every time I do. Y'all could send in like some cover songs, I guess, and I'll play y'all. Have you not copyright me? Yeah, no, just yeah, my suggestion is try to get a account funded. You might blow a couple in the process, but like once funded, yeah, just take it really slow. Like trade a couple micros and don't be like in a rush or anything, but we're still respecting VWAP. It's just curling off VWAP now. Impulsive move to the upside of the channel on a low of day break. Now we're kind of finding new buyers off VWAP. You have all this buy side liquidity that we could take on just a quick little pop. Also high day. Look at VWAP here in action. You don't see VWAP play out all the time, but like this is playing out off VWAP actually very nicely. Yeah, no, that was a bad gold trade. I mean, what is it doing now? Oh, okay, it's kind of finding some buyers 30s. It really dumped though. Just levels upon levels. Like there's just so many levels this can move to. It's hard to know. Might be interested kind of as we're getting an attempt to push the upside, try to get in on a quick pullback to see if we can kind of attempt these highs again. Tight risk. I think I'd want to see like 37s. Start putting limit orders a little bit more when it comes to my live streams. I feel like I hop in maybe a little too high, too low sometimes. I'm going to start using limit orders more and just be patient. I'm going to start using limit orders more and just be patient. See if we get tapped into this. 37. I think we will. But yeah, I'm going to start using limit orders more. I find a lot more success with my entries when I use limit orders and just wait. As opposed to like seeing it hit a level, maybe leave a wick, and it's like, okay, that's the lows I'm in. See, like typically I'd want to chase this back up as it's kind of pulling back through 39, 40. I'd be like, okay, that's the entry. And it probably is. Maybe I get missed here. But we will be patient. Can we break this low? 37.5. Somewhere in here. Can I get a fill? Six eight's where I'm looking to get filled. Looking for a sniper fill. A sniper fill, if you don't mind. Fuck, I don't think we get it, chat. I think we miss. I think we miss. Oh, yeah, we missed. The sniper missed. The sniper miss is going to pop 40s here, I'm sure. The sniper missed. Maybe not. Maybe this NQ leg up maybe takes gold a little lower for the fill. Well, that was a beautiful move on gold on the retest. Retest here. It comes up, test these highs. VWAP gets held, and now it's breaking out of the channel. The downward channel we were in here. Okay, we got the fill. I'll stop it out at the low. And we'll see. Looking for these highs and a bid through mid 40s. Need some recovery off this dip buy. It's a clean entry. I don't mind that entry at all. At all. At all. NQ's rejecting at 180 now. Some volume on NQ to the downside. Typically that's good for gold. It's one of the lengthier hourly candles we've seen in this market, to be honest. Not rocking with NQ? No. I mean, not really. I mean, there's a trade, I guess, on it. No. I know you have a live account, but what do you rather, 5 accounts or just trading on one? I think I'd rather have the live account. I'd rather have a live account just because I already have like such a balance in the live account, so like that's nice. I don't have to like build too much. Yeah, NQ's on a bit of a channel as well. Starting to see some reaction on gold. Think about trading bots. I don't really have an experience with trading bots, to be honest. EQ is turning over. I mean, gold should have some level of respect off a low. Like, we should be moving off a low day here, to be honest, a little bit with the way EQ is starting to pull off. Bro, WTF? What? I took this same long with 30 minis on NQ. What long did you take? How to qualify for My Funded Futures account? Oh, that's a good question. So it really, well, there's a couple different accounts. Let's just use Starter Plus because that's the ones we're giving away, and I think that'll be good context. Starter Plus accounts, all you have to do is pass. So let's just do a 50K for example. Is hit the $3,000 profit target, and you cannot make more than 50% of the profit target in a single day. So don't exceed $1,500 of profit within a single day. Minimum days to pass is 2 days. And once you do pass, you're instantly funded the next session and you have no activation fees. So that's what makes them, they're comparable with Top Step. Everything's pretty much the same when it comes down to it to get the eval passed and get funded. But once you're funded, there's no activation fee. Sorry, once you pass the eval, there's no activation fee. I mean, so I think with the current discount going on, I think you technically get funded, or sorry, get an eval, get it passed, funded, no activation fee, all in for like around $100. I mean, that's pretty good, right? To have limitless possibilities in a funded account for a couple $100, like $100 is not too shabby. Wow, we had a reaction through 38, but just leaving a wick off of it, and we messed it all off now. NQ's trying for a second time at VWAP. I don't usually like to take longs off not necessarily off VWAP, but when VWAP's been tested multiple times, then I really don't like to take those trades. So I'm not bearish on NQ, but I would like to see maybe a turnover through VWAP. I think it would help the gold trade, but whenever you see VWAP get tested twice off of a rejection above, typically they aren't as easy. So we'll see. But when price bounces off VWAP, comes up, hits resistance, and then has to test VWAP again, typically it doesn't want to hold as well. So I'm kind of leaning to see NQ on, but also, I mean, NQ's right at all-time highs, so it really could surprise you. But I don't think VWAP's gonna hold, to be honest with you. You long on NQ? No, I'm not long on NQ. I'm long on a gold trade that's pretty lifeless at the moment. How are the payouts? I have to go look at some of the payout caps and things like that. I think they're pretty similar to Top Step. It's 5 winning days to a payout. I'll have to look at the max withdrawal on whatever account size, but they have instant payout approvals, and they're very quick. I think they have some of the quickest payouts. If you care about things like that. I could wait a week for the payout to hit. I don't really care. As long as I get the payout, I don't really... As long as it doesn't take a crazy amount of time, as long as I get the payout, I'll be happy. But yeah, they have instant payout approval. If gold stops me out here, I'm just going to accept the fact that this is just a downtrend continuation day because none of these levels are really holding, and ultimately there's no buyers on gold at the moment. So as far as a market that kind of holds ranges and holds certain levels, this is really starting to bleed through a lot of key levels. 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s now breaking. I mean, this probably is going to start to open up to be a very, very bloody day if this low doesn't hold, which I feel like is a little bit rare just with the way the structure is on gold. Like we haven't really seen like very, very bloody days. To be honest, we haven't seen many. They're far and few between. It's just because we've been in a massive range. But like this might be one of those days that really opens up and starts bleeding heavy to the downside and breaks a lot of key levels. And I'll accept that. I mean, I'll have to move on. But yeah, we're just not holding many of the levels that are supposed to be holding if this market kind of continues to hold this massive range. Yeah, we haven't printed a green candle since damn near since that VWAP test up here. Take trades on a tick chart? I do when I'm on a Project X, but right on TradingView, I don't have tick chart because they want you to pay like $100 a month or something. Which may be an issue. Maybe I need to be on my tick chart a little bit more because when I'm on my Top Step account, I'll trade. When I'm on the live account, I'll use the tick chart. When I'm on TradingView, I'll use the minutes. Maybe that's blurring my vision a little bit. Because I seem to do well on my live account, but whenever I'm over here, I don't necessarily do bad, but like primarily trading off minutes charts when I'm on TradingView and primarily trading off tick chart when I'm on Project X. I should probably stick to one. Okay, nice wick off 34. See if anything comes of it. Went ahead and added 15 more just off the respect of 34. But if it doesn't hold, it doesn't hold, and this market may sink for us. Just trying to pass an eval anyways, you know. Gold's just getting killed. Which is a little surprising. I mean, NQ's up, but it's not really breaking out too heavy. But gold might start to like get very ugly. Under 30s, like, yeah, this market starts to really look bad. Needs to hold 33 or it's a stop out. Yeah, if this low day doesn't hold, I mean, gold's really going to start to pull back heavy. I mean, this might be one of... How much is gold actually down on the day? I mean, this could go target 33 to 300, really. How much the activation fee? There's no activation fee on my funded futures accounts, actually. No activation fee. Very big win. No activation fee. Dude, in hindsight, this gold continuation downtrend day is just looks very easy to trade, to be completely honest with you. We just haven't really seen a ton of continuation days on gold just because it is holding levels so well, but maybe today's different. And I guess just have to understand that that can happen. I wouldn't call it a rarity that gold really shows a ton of continuation to the downside, but at least within the structure it's in, it just hasn't been doing this. Usually we'll hold levels and hold the massive range it's in. There's stop out city. Or is it? Or is it? What's the difference between tick and minute chart? The minute charts are all time based, so they'll open and candle will open and close based on whatever time interval you're looking at, and there's, you know, that's it. It's just time based, strictly time based. A tick chart is based on orders, so the candle will open and close. If you're on the 100 tick chart, every 100 orders that are executed in the market, that candle will open and close based on that. So sometimes when you're looking at a sell-off, you can kind of see volume that way, because typically in a low volume market, the 100 tick chart will, like on NQ in the overnight session, you can see a 100 tick chart, and in the low volume sessions, and it'll really kind of be very slow and maybe take a couple minutes. Say you have a New York session sell off, the 100 tick chart's gonna be printing this quick, like boom, 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 because we have volume and it's actively, you know, trending, say, to the downside, for example, or to the upside, whatever it is. So whenever you see volume start to pick up like that, and you're on the 100 tick chart or the 500 tick chart, whatever it is, then you typically, okay, we got stopped out. Partial stops. God damn, bracketed. Okay, I'm out of gold. I mean, just gold is... This does, I mean, you don't really see hard continuation days like this typically on gold, but here we have it. I mean, this is now moving very low. It's selling off today, truly, so... How the fuck are we still in 15? All right, so I'm not going to touch this for a while. For a while. It's not holding really anything. I honestly don't know how you guys are having success trading gold. It's a nightmare, to be honest. Get my ass kicked here. Tick chart's too confusing. It's not really confused. Just try to, like, substitute it for, like, instead of trading the 5 minute, just use like the 500 tick chart. They're relatively similar as far as like what you can see on it. Your gold sell is cooking. I guess you sniped something. I didn't see a gold sell today, and but hey, I didn't read the market right, did I? That's the beauty, though. Everybody sees it differently. I didn't really see sell, but at the same time, I've been an advocate for, like, I don't really want to trade gold. It's just got so many levels that it can respect, and I don't really have an understanding of where it wants to trend, so let me just stay out of it. 2000 tick chart. Okay, yeah, dude, gold killed me. I gotta admit, gold killed me twice. Why do you trade New York Open? My sleep schedule doesn't call for a New York Open. Plus, I just don't. I mean, yeah, VWAP didn't end up holding on NQ either. You see more buy side trader? I guess I do take more buys than sells, typically. I mean, I definitely do on NQ. I definitely try to take more buys than sells on NQ, which you think would be pretty easy to execute on, considering this market's just trending higher and higher and higher. But even just looking for buys in this market, I'm getting, like, whipsawed here. I guess you would call this FOMO in hindsight, but, like, we had volume here. Clean up closed candles. No wicks, just very clean breakout through the highs of the range. Am I crazy to start looking for a pullback trade here? Nope. We're going to give 130 points back. And then we're going to slow bleed all night. Just excruciating. Slow bleed up. It's just not easy. Like even Monday, I got killed just trying to go long. Take a long here. We ended up taking overnight lows, like pulling so deep into this demand zone, but it ended up holding. It's just been a ton of fake outs in NQ. It's very disgusting. But yeah, just getting killed. See if gold sells into the 20s here. Yeah, I think I've been getting killed here. I'll have a couple of big days on the live account. But ultimately, just not. I want to say I haven't been executing well, but I really do feel like NQ's just been so difficult, to be honest. Like I was saying it earlier, like we'll get an initial run up, and then it'll pull all the way back, and then it'll give you another chance to get into it. But at that point, it starts to look bearish because it gives the entire move back. I don't typically like getting into a trade, and whatever the context is of it. Like whenever we run up, let me try to find an example. I mean, pretty much just like this, and you can see it in a whole bunch of different patterns. It could be, and this could look 1,000 different ways differently, but just like whenever we have a nice clean run up, uninterrupted, and then we give it all back, like this looks bearish to me at this point. Not that I'm gonna sell it because we've already pulled back so far, but like I'm not buying that, and I'm not gonna buy it. You know, I'm not gonna buy it. So it's just been difficult. I've been having a tough time. Look at this. Gold's going under 30s now. I hate gold New York session. I'm starting to be that way too. I don't think I've taken a successful gold trade New York session in some time. On the contrary, like gold is really, I mean, this could really go. Could really go. What if we see a 300 test on gold? It's been a tough read. Yeah, I'm having a tough time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still doing well, but having a tough time. I've had a couple really big days that have been good for me, but ultimately I either hit it really, really big, or sometimes I hit it really, really big and I give it back because I just can't. I'm not executing well. Like, how in the hell do we trade this? How do you feel bullish about this? That's difficult, man. Well, the issue is they're letting price run, and then they're selling it all the way back down, and then it recovers as if there was no sellers present. It's a slow recovery, and it's an unconfident recovery. We've seen this exact move, or something similar to this, repeatedly. Like, repeatedly. This is all we've been fucking seeing. It's hard to have a bullish read on the market whenever we see structure like that. For me, it is. Complete inverse of a run-up. Gives it all back. And then it's like, okay, at this point, I'm very bearish. Not that I'm going to sell it, because once if we're at or near all-time highs, price likely draws to it and targets it. And I just understand that. And I'm not going to try to short an all-time high market. But I'm not confident about taking a long here. I'm certainly not. And this is, we've been seeing this just on repeat. Like shit like this on repeat. It might not be as easy to read as this, but ultimately it's been run-ups that just get sold off hard and then a slow grinding recovery. You know what I mean? And that has just been very difficult for me to trade. Say it 1,000 times over. You know, like, no. And then if you do catch, like, say you're lucky enough to catch this, like, move here, it pulls all the way back. I mean, it's hard to be lucky enough to do that because you just kind of have to be in a long. And this was just a totally random 200-point run up overnight or whatever it was, 150-point run up. But like typically, you look for a pullback buy, which I did and got smoked on it. Wanna know why? Because we gave 80% of the move back, and we practically gave the entire move back. And then, okay, we're just gonna have hours where it bleeds up slow. We might gotta go trade the stock market, chat. How cold were enchiladas? Butt cold. I didn't like them at all. They were butt cold. Look at gold really starting to open up. I mean, this could go through the 20s. This thing's a piece of junk. This thing's a piece of junk here. Gold is a piece of junk. Look at the daily on gold. That looks like hell. That looks like hell. How low does gold go here? How low does gold go here? Short NQ. NQ's dry now. NQ's volumeless. Gold looks like it's about to kill somebody. I mean, gold just looks so bad. It is a trending it down. I guess intraday, just follow the intraday trend on gold would have been the move. Instead of trying to play the reversal. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin with a big pullback off 123. It's a big pullback. It's now under VWAP. NQ looks nice to sell a little. Does it? I mean, it looks pretty sideways to me. Looks pretty sideways to me. But I've been wrong. I've been wrong day after day here this week. I think as long as gold keeps selling, it's probably not going to be great to sell in Q, to be honest. One or the other, to be honest. Yep, the market maker saw that I got on the live stream and said, let's move it sideways. Typical fashion. It doesn't matter when I get on. I can get on at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12, 1, 2, power hour. It doesn't matter when I get on. It just starts to go sideways when I get on. Well, on another note, I have 2 past take profit accounts that I think we just need to wait one more day. What the hell? I have... Wait. I have another take profit account? How did that happen? How the hell did that happen? For the culture, we're going to pass a 75K account. Can I put an order in? Wow, I have a take profit account. They hit me with that monthly rebill and I didn't even realize. Chat, they hit me with that monthly rebill. Were you on Top Step TV? Yeah, I was on Top Step TV. They hit me with the monthly rebill. Y'all get hit with the monthly rebills without remembering? Because I do. I'll see if I can take some scalp longs. I kind of want to just see if I can put an order on this account. Because I noticed I had it down here. How much was the rebill? Was the rebill full price? It's a good question. You think it wouldn't be? This is the TPT account, by the way, though. I'll have to go look. Oh, well, at least I have a fresh account. I was going to get one anyways, to be honest. To be totally honest, I'm not mad. I was going to go get one anyways. Dude, do y'all see? Do y'all know how much it is to reset a funded account with TPT? I love TPT, by the way, but I think to reset a funded account with intraday drawdown is ludicrous. It's ludicrous. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I even want to get out. I just wanted to see if I could put an order in, because sometimes it'll have accounts like this, but it'll say like rejected or something, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to get into like some fresh trades here. It's a little sideways though. Gold showing a little bit of an attempt to bounce off 27. I think I'm done trading it because it's just might be one of those moves where it took me out and then it finally will get a reversal, but I'm not interested in it, to be honest. Just feeling too heavy. Feeling much too heavy. What's this entry based on? It's not, brother. Well, it looked like a dummy saying it. I found an account down here and I wanted to see if it was active. So I kind of just threw an order on, but now I'm getting killed. This wasn't really a great entry or anything. I was just trying to see if I could put an order into the account. I'll have to cut it though, because it's gonna break 30s there. I'll re-enter if I need to. Have you looked in? Yeah, I think I tried Alpha Futures. Yeah, I think I got an eval with them. Got it funded. Did something silly. Blew up. Yeah, I did that. It was good code. Still holding 140s as support now. Trading at the high of the channel. Do we see a break to the upside? Possibly. Flip screen, 150s. As we start filling the lows of this wick with a minute on this 5-minute candle till close, trading at the highs, try to get in for a quick scout back through 150, 160 here. See if we can move back to the high of the channel. I'll cut it if we lose support here. Although I still think it'll find buyers, I'll have to cut it there, then just look for a re-entry. I made $3,200 in profit during 9 days of trading. Yeah, man, that's how it is. It sucks. What would you do to balance out the consistency? Oh, man, yeah, you need to keep trading. I mean, 40% consistency. Your total you're right now sitting at like what? Probably 55, 60% consistency. Just trade a couple days, couple $100 a day, you know. Wait, so shit. I don't know. I don't know what your current account balance is, and then you're saying that you made 4,000. You have to tell me the account balance. Oh, you're talking about for an eval? Funded with on a funded. I wouldn't purposely lose, bro. I'd just keep trading. 40% consistency is doable. You only need to make like, oh, it's 96. Okay, so then your account balance is 4,000. I would just keep trading. I mean, I would just keep trading. I mean, if you have 4 or 5 days and you make maybe try to make 700-800 a day for 4 or 5 days, you'll be right there again, you know. You'll be right back at it. Or 10 days, try to make $500 for like 10 days, you'll be there. Okay, let's see if we can break out of the channel to the upside. I understand there's a series of wicks at 160, so if we start to see some exhaustion, I'll just cut it. I kind of want to see immediate playthrough on this one. And I know I can always re-enter. Look at gold. Shafting me, then now it's bouncing 34. Can we see 60s here? Needs to break through 60s. I'm watching. I don't want to see exhaustion at 58, 59. Looking for a break of 60 right here. If we start to hesitate too much, I'll just pop out because I'll be pretty sure if we hold this channel and don't break now with volume, then best case scenario, I can just re-enter at the same entry that I had after exiting, hopefully above 160 here. Seeing a little bit of a pullback off 60s. Can we break out of the channel? Nope, I'm out. I'll re-enter. It's just too much exhaustion there. It might still break, but it needs to break out of that channel, and it's not. So I'll just look to re-enter. I will just look to re-enter. What the hell? What the helly? Don't tell me my shit just went bust. Please don't tell me. Oh my god, did y'all see that? That could have been horrible. Look at that. See, we come towards the top of the channel, we fail to break, I get out. I'll take a 10-point scalp, but if we're not going to break the channel, you have to respect it. I know, I saw that. I leave this camera on for like hours at a time. I'm sure at one point it'll poop out. I'm sure it will. Good exit in hindsight. Get the hell out of that. Can we get it under this zone at 130? What happened? The VIX had a major move? Is it VX or VIX? No, it didn't. Maybe I'm not looking at the right thing. Isn't there a stock VIX? I don't know. I don't think it did. It looks pretty flat to me. VIX wouldn't have a major move unless the market had a major move, so it's still flat. Maybe last night I had a major move. How can you know when to get out the trade with the price action? Well, in hindsight, it's not as easy, right? But we can try to make assumptions about things, right? If we have a downward channel price, I mean, typically in a market like this, you would want to see a break to the upside, and that's kind of what I wanted to target on this. But like, we're respecting the highs. This is why I have the channel. You can't draw a channel unless price respects the highs and lows of the said channel. So if we're respecting the highs of the channel, and as we come up to attempt to break it, like if I don't start to see a break, then I'm going to have to assume that it will hold as resistance before building some more structure out and trying again. So I mean, as I'm kind of looking at this candle trade at near the highs of you know, this descending channel, I'm just watching price action. If I start to see, like, as we're at the 50s, like if I start to see a wick and then this backs off and gives back, you know, 50%, 60% of the move, I'm assuming that we've met resistance and I have to get out of the trade. So it's a combination of me watching this candle and kind of watching the price action within this candle. But when you're looking for a breakout, typically what you want to see in, you know, sometimes you have to swallow the pill that it's like, okay, if this candle's not going to continue to push that wick higher and not pull back too much, and it kept pulling back, just kept pulling back, and so I had to accept it. Once it started to pull back to the 55s, we're back within this range, right? So it's like, okay, we're not breaking out yet. So a combination of looking at that and just understanding the structure here, that we're still respecting this channel, then I can hopefully accurately assume that we're not going to break it yet. I would still be interested somewhere in the middle of this range, trying to look for buys for another attempt. We've had about 3 attempts to break it. Right out of the open, we formed it. We had an attempt there. We had an attempt here. We haven't seen the lows of the channel, which doesn't mean we can't go see the lows of the channel, but we're kind of consolidating at VWAP. So I'm leaning more for kind of a low to form somewhere in the middle of this channel than a higher low to form, and then I want to see a break to the upside. But I have to get a low entry. I'm not going to chase price. I'm not going to chase price around while we're in a channel. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's my first 50K. Can you please guide me? What should I do? How much payout should I aim for? I mean, it's totally up to you, man. First things first, you just need to focus. Before you can even start thinking about payouts, you should just try to trade as best you can. Use smaller size. Don't blow up the account. And just look at this. Decent bounce off 27. And just start building the account a little bit before you start thinking about a payout. You scalp that move down past the 150K TPT, 5 days down, so stoked. Nice. Nice. Passing a TPT eval is very, very good feeling because you know what the potential is. Wow, look at this. I don't want to chase, but I mean, this low is holding nice. Kind of this 120. We're back into this structure. Kind of stair stepping down. We're looking for buys to take control of the market again, and then move back to the highs of the channel. Yeah, I do like passing a TPT eval. Those are one of the better feelings because you know you can pretty much take unlimited payouts there if you like do really well. There's no payout cap or anything. Yeah, I'm done chasing wicks to the upside. I'm gonna anticipate buying the low and looking for that higher low to form, kind of how I did on gold, which in hindsight I got killed here. But I'd much rather do that than buy after we formed a wick and already given 10, 15 points of upside. I'd much rather anticipate the higher low if the structure is still calling for it, and then take that trade. But this is kind of a pattern. You start to see volumes. The hard rejection here. Big wick to the upside. We're selling off of VWAP. Have a series of wicks to the upside showing exhausted buyers, and now we're actually picking up volume within these candles. Yeah, the bodies of the candles are actually picking up size and speed. So sellers are starting to take this with volume. I would need to see something telling me that buyers are going to take control of it first, just because this is typically a pattern you'd see. When you see volume pick up like this off of a rejection zone, we can sell pretty hard into that next level. So I'm just a little cautious is all. I mean, if we keep leaving wicks to the downside, I might. But I'm definitely not chasing. I'm done chasing. I've noticed I do that a lot on stream. I'm not going to do that anymore. I typically don't chase when I'm trading off stream, so I'm definitely not going to chase when I'm on stream. Even if it means it's going to be a little more boring, I'd much rather just wait for price to give me the best possible entry. And if I'm wrong, maybe my accuracy, maybe I avoid the confirmation a little bit more. But as long as I have structural backing and we've taken a level of liquidity or whatever the context is, I'd rather try to catch as low as possible than chase the move after we bounce 10 or 15 points. And I don't like trading like that, but I've noticed I do that on stream. I think it's a little bit out of not so much boredom, but trying to be in a trade all the time. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to, like, typically I would look for 124 here and try to catch that. And then I'm immediately green and I can go break even ASAP. That's typically how I like to trade, so that's how I'm going to continue to trade, even when I'm live. I notice when I'm live, I'll kind of wait for confirmation a little bit more, I think, just to please the audience, and then take this entry, and then get chopped out of it. I'm not going to do that. Can you pass the MyFunded futures in one day and immediately start trading? You can pass an expert account in one day, and those accounts are great. They're a little more difficult in the eval stage because there's a higher profit target, but you can pass those in one trading session. Once again, no activation fees. And then once you pass that next session, you're already a funded trader. No activation fees. You're in the funded stage. And out of those accounts, there's no consistency rule, no payout caps, and you're just balling. Yeah, this market's picking up low of volume. This is price action I usually stay away from until it starts to clear up. Like, you see the candles, the body of the candles are picking up more and more size. And VWAP is saying goodbye now. What firm again? Well, we were just chatting about MyFunded futures. We're also doing a giveaway. If you guys do feel inclined to get a MyFunded futures account, if you've been wanting to add another prop firm to your arsenal or whatever the case is for you, if you're new to prop trading, if you already have maybe some top step accounts and you're looking for another solid second or a solid first, MyFunded futures is actually all in cheaper. Plus, there's no activation fees, and the rules are pretty much on par with Top Step. They're just the same as Top Step pretty much, but they actually have more options when it comes to different accounts and things like that. And they're cheaper. We're still holding here. Fade said you're out, Fade, on where did you get out? Just on the retest? It started to look a little too bearish. We're still holding. Let's see, we're getting a VWAP test at 43. If this fails to break above VWAP here to kind of confirm the maybe possible selling move back to the lows of the channel. But if it breaks above VWAP and gives us a micro pullback, that might also be a signal to entry. I'm kind of leaving it up to VWAP here, to be honest. I'll give my fund of futures a look. You should definitely give my fund of futures a look. Holding the middle of this channel, attempting to break above VWAP. Yeah. Some rejection at VWAP. This candle flips red, might be in trouble here. Okay. Strong breakthrough VWAP. Now can we get a retest of VWAP and then go long, possibly? One thing I don't like about it is if you get long here, now you need a 20-point stop. Look at this. Volume back through 50. Fighting through VWAP. If I got long, I'd be targeting like 60s, 70s. Let's wait for the 5-minute candle closure in 2 minutes. Stopped you out. Well, where did it stop you out at? You just kind of had one there at like 120s. Look at this, 150s. Yeah, that's how the market is. Look at this little tool. What is this thing? Interesting. Yeah, we have volume through VWAP here. This looks pretty solid. I don't want to chase it, but if we can get a setup for a long, I'll try it out with a stop under that recent low. Unless we're just manipulating the hell out of everybody. It's kind of why I want to see this candle close. That seems like it would have been a better trade on gold. I think I didn't wait for a big enough sell-off. Look at this. $129? Oh, yeah. Look at this. Are we going to close under VWAP here? Pops through VWAP. We're going to close. Sellers take it back under VWAP. We're going to close under VWAP. Under 44 is a close under VWAP on the 5-minute. That looks very ugly. Very ugly. Closer under VWAP. Can we get some retracement into that wick and then take it shorts? Or does it just run through VWAP here? Still, current trend is up. Intraday trend is lower, but current trend is up on the higher time frame. There's a lot of indecision around VWAP here. Take a sell. I'll stop it out if we do truly break out of the channel here. I'm going to look to take this into new lows as we reject VWAP on the retest of VWAP. I would look to take this into sub 120s if I can get a sell here. Looking for this candle to kind of flip red, leave a wick out above VWAP, and kind of confirm the failed VWAP break to the upside. Candle flips right at 139. Nice flip. Now I want to see a hard sell through 125. Looking for some quickness here, right? Because this should be kind of a confirmation selling off of VWAP here. Should get a little bit of volume. So I'm looking kind of for a hard move through 120s. I don't want to see us keep floating around and consolidating in the middle of the channel. I want to see a kind of a move into the lows. Into the lows. Candle flips red, 139. Let's see. Let's see. If we start to pull into these wicks, we should be kind of clear to move lower. Needs under 135 here. Yep, snapping through the wicks. Clean snap down. I'm looking for it under 125 here. Under 125 here. A little bit of volume. And I'll be more than happy to start to fill the orders up in, you know, the 117s, 116s. So off the rejection of VWAP, we really shouldn't get a retest of this area if sellers are really in control at this point. So I'm break even on that, because if we retest VWAP, then sellers aren't in control like we think they are, which would invalidate my selling position. This is a strong bearish 5-minute candle closure, sub 120s. Can we get a snap through 120? If we get some volume through 120, we can get this fill. If we reclaim 130, I'd probably look to get out, which isn't a great execution in hindsight. I would love it under 120, but we're still holding this area where there was wick, so it's kind of forming another demand zone. If we don't get a snap, yeah, I might. In hindsight, this could be a way better trade, but 130 should not be getting broken here. Really shouldn't be. I'm out. So decent scalp. Preferably you see 120s break there, but it still might. But to test 130s here is a bit ugly. I'm gonna actually flip long here as we're holding this level. I might be completely wrong, but to hold 130s there is a little ugly. We're still pretty much holding these lows. Goddamn. See, I'm overanalyzing price action right there. But 130s really, in my opinion, shouldn't even be getting tested. I gotta cut it. Jesus. Take what I say for a grain of salt. Jesus. Should have just held that bitch, right? Fuck. Back to break even. Great trade ruined by an impulsive decision to switch my entry. Yeah, that was horrible. It did end up moving, but like for me to see 130s there is a little ugly. I start to risk it. If it pops 30, starts to run back into my entry, then it's like there's no trade at that point. I overanalyze price action a little bit there for sure. That was horrible. Yeah, this looks selling now. I overanalyzed that way so hard, man. So hard. I tend to do that. Like I get ugh. Right before the move, it's like, okay, no, we shouldn't see 130s. In my opinion, we really shouldn't have seen 130s. 130s there is very ugly. But that was just the confirmation to sell lower there. 130. Look at it go. Well, I had a great trade that I fucked up completely. That would have been a great trade if I just held it. I said I wanted the lows of the channel, but I contradicted myself like usual. I said I wanted the lows of the channel. Totally contradicted myself. Silly me. There's nothing. I think when I do take a short, I really like to get out of them quick, especially in a market that's at all-time highs. Even if I do see bearish structure, like I just understand that with NQ at all-time highs, it's just a magnet. Like it's just a magnet. And even if you see bearish structure, sometimes it doesn't always play out with as much accuracy, just because once again, NQ's at all-time highs. This thing just gets bought all the time, you know? So I like to bow out of the shorts probably a little early, just because really the fear of this market bouncing is very, I mean, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? This market can bounce on you. When markets are moving all-time highs, even if you have like a selling move, I probably am not as enthusiastic about it. Just because you understand at the end of the day, markets are moving higher. They tend to get strong bounces. And so I'm just not looking for a ton when I am selling. Right there, I really undersold myself. Yeah, I should have held that. Can you believe that I exited here at 130? Like literally at the top. Horrible. Need more patience. Big bounce off 80s. How do I mess that trade up so bad? Well, believe it or not, I'm just not too eager to buy, although this looks nice. Just clean volume back up to 120. Wow. Is anybody still in shorts? I don't know. This looks good now. I'm going to try to scalp the move back up here. I'm going to try to fight back a little bit here. I'm looking for 120s to break. I'm going to keep trying to pop in and out of this one, if I can. See if we can scalp our way back into it. Look at this. This level we sold from 130 is about to get retested. Yeah, I'm looking for like 130s here. If I can scalp it on the way up, great. I'll try to get in and out. Can we get a touch and go off 113? Yes, we can. $120's breaking. I don't know if the low of day Sell stops is what we needed to run, but I mean, we did run it. The reaction is super bullish out of that level, so I'm going to play momentum here if I can. Clean volume to the upside. 130 is the order block that we sold hard from, and now we're reclaiming that. So bulls are back in control heavily. A little pullback at the end of that candle. Don't love. Gonna pop 130s here. I would love to pop out and get back in, but I think this market probably takes 130s before anything. And we do take 130. Full V shape back. It probably takes the highs now. Wow, look at that volume. And I mean, you can't really even get an order filled in there. I can't hit sell fast enough unless you had a limit order get filled. Don't love the wick to the upside, but I'm gonna hold and see. This looks good. I mean, we pretty much reclaimed most of that sell off, and with a lot of volume, by the way. I don't love the wick. Obviously, wish I could be out at 137, but didn't really get a chance to, did I? Didn't really get a chance to. I need to start having limit orders in for shit like that. When you just get those quick wicks to the upside and like price doesn't really trade there, it just flashes and then it comes back. Was that a VWAP projection more or less, or just kind of a flash move to 138? This is why I said, like, when you're selling, obviously I could have taken a lot more out of that sell, but these markets just find a way to get bought back up heavily. There's just so much motivation for buyers at discounted prices, really. That's what it comes down to be honest with you. I don't think I would sell with this bullish momentum behind us. In fact, I know I wouldn't. But at the same time, we've seen really impressive buying moves to the upside that they really step out, like buyers step out of it and then they let it pull back all the way back and then they get back into it. So we could lose the entire move, I suppose. These markets have just been very crazy. Very crazy. Top step. Stay in control. Contract limits are here. You probably heard we're going all in on Top Step X. What are contract limits? Another risk feature designed to help you build discipline to get funded. Set a cap on how many contracts you can trade per symbol. This is going to be fucking massive for me. No, Top Step's not denying payouts, bro. This is big. Contract limits. Fuck yeah. I'm going to put my contract limits to like 0 minis. The thing is, the issue is that you can go and like change the, you can go and change, like if you set a risk setting, you can go and manually change it. That's an issue. That's an issue. Like I can block a symbol, but then I can go and unblock it, which I guess is really bad discipline, but I mean, you could. In theory, you could. Looking for support to format my entry pretty much here. And then move back to the highs of the channel. I could have been in and out of this shit. I mean, this entire wick was just a flash move. So if you didn't have a limit order in here, you can't even react fast enough to get a market, to like execute a market order in there. Or if you did with trade of 8, I mean, it would be so slow that you'd get filled at the low. Oh, you can lock it for the day. See, with the symbol locks, I can come in here and manually unlock it. Okay, how do we do it then? Symbol contract limits. NQ. What's my contract limit on NQ, chat? Tell me. What is my contract limit on NQ? Anybody have any ideas? What should it be? What should it be? Should it be 1? 1? I'll never have a big day ever again if it's 1, but it could be 1. I'll never ever have a huge day though. About to be a $100 trader. 15 minis. Y'all are nuts. I think 5 minis is acceptable. I have used 5 to 10. Is it in my best interest to use 5 to 10 is the question. Is it in my best interest to use 5 to 10 is the question. I know it's not. I know that it's not. Whenever I use that much size, I mean, I could hit my daily loss limit just by snapping my fingers. Like, it could really... You almost can't account... You almost can't calculate the risk of the volatility of the markets, you know. With 15 minis, 10 points is your daily loss limit. 10 points, you know. Do I double or nothing here? Build this position up a little bit more? I will. I added some more on this dip. Let's see if I get completely rocked. $107. What do we think? 5 minis? 3 minis? 3 minis not bad. I usually, if I use 15 micros, then 3 minis would be double that size. Three minis would be double. Double trouble. How many minis is the most you traded? 15. And NQ's given the entire move back in typical fashion. Just totally cooked. Totally cooked trading this shit. I don't think I've been able to catch a leg into the all-time highs on this market since we've been into the all-time highs. And usually when you trade an all-time high market, it's not going to be so predictable, but you can catch a dip by it and get a rip into the all-time highs. I haven't been able to do that not fucking once. We either take it in the overnight session and sell hard the entire day and there's like no buyers anywhere, or we'll get like a little flash pop here, overnight, or it'll be at the opening bell, we'll be at all-time highs, and then we sell super hard. You just can't buy a dip buy and get a move in the direction of the all-time high, which is just insane to me, really. To be completely honest with you, I think it's insane. This shit is just so very difficult to trade, man. So difficult to trade. So difficult to trade. Yeah, I've traded 15 minis before. And I'll do it. Like, if I have a position that's in profit and it's in, 20, 30 points of profit, and we're getting like a little pullback that I'm anticipating to get bought, I'll buy the pullback, but I'll make sure the stop loss is still in profit. I'll never let it go red, or try not to let it go red if I have 15 minis on, just because I understand that it's like, if I have a 5 mini position and whatever, like say I'm short here, like it could be a setup where like, or let's just use the dip buy as example. Well, say I did better here and I got a 5-minute entry at the lows, and then it comes back, so then I can add 10 minis. Well, this is kind of a deep pullback. Let's say I got long here, for example. Let's say I got long 5 minis here, so my average is like 23,085, and then on this dip buy, I can add 10 minis, and then so now my new average is probably closer to like 23,097 for 15 minis. 15 minis, but I'll still have the stop right here. And so if we run these lows, then it'll be like a losing trade. But if we get a dip buy out of here, then I'm triple the leverage of the original trade, and then we run the highs. But you got to be very accurate and kind of understand like scaling into it. But I've done that before. Say, okay, double or nothing. Like I'm going to move the stop up. I'm sacrificing some ground. Like if the market does pull back a little bit more, then I'll get stopped out, as opposed to it just running, you know, then still being okay. Maybe if it gets close to my low, but yeah, I've done that. But I always make sure the stop stays in profit. This market can't find a buyer to save its ass, man. This market is just so difficult to trade for me. Just so difficult, man. Just so difficult. I'm having such a difficult time. Such a tough time. Such a tough time. We get some crazy move that I feel like almost nobody can really trade unless you're like up at 3 a.m. trading London or some crazy stuff like that. Or right out of the opening bell, we might have a crazy whipsaw move, but trying to buy an intraday pullback for like a move back towards high of day almost seems impossible. Or a back, you know, for a dip buy towards like an intraday high, or like maybe the all-time highs kind of push back into that price level. It almost seems impossible. Like the most reasonable trade to me almost seems like an impossible feat. Like they're truly making it so very... Has anybody caught like a long trade since these markets have been on all-time highs? Has anybody actually executed and caught like a dip buy into a long-time high? Or so has anybody caught a dip buy into the all-time high, or like even into the level? Is it just me, or is it like incredibly difficult to do that? Just getting killed. Well, we're just gonna fucking hold. We'll blow the eval, I guess. I'm getting my ass kicked in this market, chat. Like day after day after day, I'm getting my ass kicked. Like we get into the all-time highs just either we either sell off the all-time highs right at the opening bell, or we see it overnight with some crazy shenanigans, or like we just never can dip by an intraday low and get an all-time high move. That's so crazy. You've caught quite a few out of the opens. Like when though? I mean, we haven't seen all-time highs out of the opens. I mean, you might be here, but we just end up selling. Or even like, okay, here's when's the last time we saw like an all-time high? I mean, I guess this move, but that still faked you out tremendously. Like it still pumped and then gave it all back and then ran again. Truly manipulating the hell out of me. Like sometimes an all-time high market should kind of open high, but God, I mean, this thing gives back 200 points minimum every single time. It's brutal. I'm not trying to sound like a complainer. I'm just I'm just telling you guys my transparent experience trying to trade all-time high in Q. It's not been easy. I've only been taking longs in this market, and I'm getting cooked day after day. Just getting cooked, getting killed. It just hasn't been as easy as kind of flagging out. Let's take the dip buy and run it back to the all-time high. It's not happening for me. Like these markets just seem to have no buyers and they're free falling. We saw this yesterday too. Almost exactly the same as this. at noon, we just lost all buying pressure, and we just kind of flatlined and sold into the close like this right here. And this was off a retest of the all-time highs pretty much. We just flatlined and bled, and we really found no buyers until about like 9 p.m. And then we had a 180-point rally for whatever reason, and then it's the same thing. We opened at the all-time highs. You kind of try to buy the dip buy to get it moved back to the highs, and then we just bleed. No buyers anywhere. They won't give you an all-time high move unless you're up at 3 a.m. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, gold all-time highs a couple months ago was super easy. I think I'm still in that mindset. That was a very easy market to trade. It respected structure. It came, tested support, it would move higher. Came, tested support, it would move higher. That's how it should be, because truly a strong market should hit all-time highs, kind of consolidate, give you support, and let you take that next leg. This fucking market will go to all-time highs and then sell off 300 points and won't get a lick of buying pressure in the New York session to just downtrend intraday. It's been very tricky. It's been very tricky for me. I think I think the way I'm trying to, like, usually when you have an all-time high market that's trending higher, it should be very, very difficult to sell that market. But it almost seems like it's easier to sell this market than to long this market, even though it is still moving higher. I know it sounds crazy, but like, do you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from with that a little bit? Because truly, it slow bleeds up and then aggressive moves down. Slow bleeds up, aggressive moves down. Like, just day over day, that is what's happening. The buying moves are like, you maybe can get it if you take a low of day buy, and you need to hold that into the overnight session and then see if we can have a bleed up in the overnight session. But during the intraday, we just sell. We just sell. I don't know if y'all kind of understand where I'm coming from with that, but that's kind of how it feels a little bit. Like, an all-time high market should not be difficult to trade long. It should be relatively easy. You should just kind of be able to click the buy button. And I'm not saying just go in with no strategy, just kind of just click the buy button. But when you have all-time high market, it's like the bubble effect. Like, this goes with that. Peanut butter goes with jelly. Markets are moving to all-time highs. You should have some level of accuracy and success hitting the buy button on dips. Not within Q. Not within Q. We'll either get a crazy move overnight and then bleed all day in the New York session, or you know, have a slow grind that isn't super confident looking. Mind sharing your peanut on the account while trading. It's like the profits right here, brother. I mean, I could show y'all, I guess, just like right there, if y'all can see that. It's just an eval though. Oh yeah, God forbid you try to short it. Yeah. God forbid you try to short it. I have a rule where if NQ or the indexes or any truly strong market that's at all-time highs, I really try to not take it short most of the time. 1 in 10 trades, maybe I'll take it short, but I try not to. I really try not to. I really try not to. What's the story with the giveaway? Guys, if you purchase a MyFunded Futures account, super great accounts. We're giving away 50K starter plus accounts on Friday. If you guys use code BPC at checkout, you're automatically entered into the giveaway. And it's as simple as that. And then on Friday, we'll announce the wieners. Christopher said, I got the NVIDIA news long. I know, but like, how do we collectively as traders predict and get the NVIDIA news where that market just runs 180 points? You had to be positioned in a long before 9 p.m. last night. I feel like in all my years of trading, I've never been in news. I don't think I've ever been in a trade while we got news. Maybe a couple times, but I don't really remember. Why can't I get some news right now? Why can't we get some news right now? Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to fight at the White House. That would be... Get some news right now. Send this market to the highs. That would be good. What was the video news? They're gonna sell chips to China or something like that. The video is a tank, chat. Should I put 20 bands in a stock brokerage account and just trade Nvidia long? Just buy like shares in Nvidia like long every single day? I'm sure that's easier than trading in Q. Like as traders, even if it's outside of our comfort zone, shouldn't we try to position ourselves in the highest probability highest probability situation? How easy would it be to just take Nvidia long on every single dip? I mean, goodness gracious. Would y'all still hang out with me on the channel if we just go trade Nvidia? Like if we turn into a stock trader? I mean, I feel like I would have the highest probability of success in that market, so I should go trade that market. Trading trending markets are just typically so easy when they don't have a ton of manipulation, but NQ's not been the case, yeah. Let's all go start being in stock traders. Y'all don't want to go trade Nvidia? That would be easy. Be easy money. Be easy money. We could easily go trade Nvidia long right now. It'd be the easiest thing ever. We go back to my old way. I used to be a penny stock trader. Y'all know that. I used to be a penny stock. I didn't have a ton of success. But hey, that was years ago. I might be better now. We could go trade. What are some like popular penny stocks? I know there's not a lot. Like Jaguar Health or something. I could go buy Nvidia stock, I guess. This seems like pretty healthy price action off the lows here. See it play out higher to the upside. Or just completely get killed because this market doesn't want to go to the all-time highs. Ever. Unless it's at 9 p.m. at night. Ever. Penny stock shorts. How do you short a penny stock? I mean, penny stock shorts are great all year round, but how do you short a penny stock? Because to short a penny stock, you have to borrow shares from somebody. And it's hard to borrow shares from somebody who doesn't own the stock because nobody really likes to own penny stocks. So like, where do you get shares to trade? You know what I mean? Where do you get short shares? If you could tell me where you get short shares to trade, I would start turning. I would short every single penny stock that pumps. the issue is it's hard to find shares to borrow to trade short against. Brokers don't hold. Why do you say brokers ... like I'm saying something stupid? What broker do you know is holding a penny stock that is down 99% over the year? Don't give me that ... shenanigans. I'm bugging. Oh, well, in a Weeble demo account, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, yeah, shorting penny stocks is GOAT tier. I mean, you're shorting something that is just a pump and dump every, you know what I mean? That, yeah, it's just, listen, if y'all can put me on game and actually give me somewhere to like, okay, pay these, you know, like you can get shares to short from this broker or whatever it is, I'm all ears, bro. Put me on game because I will go short the hell out of some pump and dump penny stock. You're getting wrecked today? I'm not, I mean, yeah, okay, I guess. I don't really think I'm getting wrecked today, but I guess that's a pleasant way to say hello. Yoav, God, I remember you, Yoav. You always come in the stream and tell me how to trade. Yoav, do I not have enough of a track record for you, Yoav? Do I not have enough of a track record? What else do you want from me, Yoav? What do I need to do? Is my track record not enough for you, Yoav? Welcome back, though. You haven't been here in a while. Yoav comes in here and he usually comes in here. I remember his name. He'll try to tell me to short, and then if he's wrong, he'll kind of disappear. Then he'll pop back in like next week, and then he'll try to tell me to long. And then when he's wrong about that, he'll like disappear and then pop back in. There you go. See, right there in the comments, short it soon. So he'll try to. That's kind of what he does. And I don't even really mind it, to be honest. He comes in here and gives me a decent little look at the market, to be honest, don't you, Yoav? He did exactly what you said. I'm telling you, bro. He'll like come in and say something about how I'm shitty at trading, and then he's like, okay, so short it. Like I'm his little racehorse or something. He did exactly what you said. I know, it's funny too because he was typing it as I was saying it, but there's a delay, so he doesn't know. Oh, Yoav. Typical Yoav. Look at that fucking pops down at 26. Gets popped in the mount. You need guys like... Yeah, Yoav keeps it spirited. He keeps it spirited. Keeps it good. I hope you won't lose. I hope I won't lose either, man. He hasn't typically said that. I hope you won't lose. I do appreciate those words, Yoav. 100 tick charts are so good. They are pretty good. I wish I could use them on TradingView, but they want you to pay like a crazy amount. You took big drawdown? Well, chat, Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. How do you guys think I can have big days? You know, it's just how it is. So yeah, those contract limits on Top Step X are pretty cool. Should probably implement that. You got a question about Top Step Live? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Do you take daily live payouts, or do you wait for a certain profit amount? Because I saw you had a big day the other day. I haven't taken any payouts out of the live account now. But could you? Yes. And wonder about taking it out, or do you need a buffer? So, man, when you have the XFA and you whatever profits you make at the time of your transition to live, whatever your account balance is, will all be put in a live account, and it's kind of the same as the XFA. Your drawdown becomes $0, and you don't need a buffer or anything because you're now in an account with whatever your profits were at the time of your XFA. So, no, you don't need to rebuild a buffer or anything like that. Those profits get put in, and that's your now live account balance. Just like if you opened an account, like a real live account with a broker or something, and you deposited $10,000 or whatever it is, that's your account, and you have that, and you have that to trade with. Looking for the break of 130s here. Hey guys, can we run it up to like 60, 70 likes? There we go, 135. Nice, clean move. We're gonna get another test of VWAP here at 140, so we'll kind of look to run into that again. But we've reclaimed most of that selling move, and now we're back within this tighter range. So this looks good. This looks good. We're in line with the upward trend, and you kind of just look to follow that momentum. Let's see. Looking for like 130s, 40s. Isn't that true for my funded futures? After you pass the eval, you don't have to build a buffer. No, that's not true. Any account that you get into the funded stage, you're going to want to build a buffer and start working towards a profit target. But in a live account, you truly are taking, like at that point, you're experienced as an XFA trader. You've built up profits. Like that's the whole reason now you're going live. Whatever that profit is becomes your balance, and now you're just in a live account. Does anybody know the profit target for a 75K TPT account? Because I sure don't. 75Ks aren't super common. I feel like the profit targets... What would the profit target be? Like 4,500 maybe? So what's 4,500 divided by 2? Because I don't want to go over the consistency rule. Nice, clean. Look at the volume here. And look at the size and speed of these candles. And it's through VWAP. Key level of VWAP breaking. You can see the volume here. Exhaustion wicks to the lows. Buyers are in control. Nice size candle here. Nice series of up close candles with increasing length. Clean volume to the upside, 145. That's a clean trade. Damn it, Yoav. This looks good for 150s. I don't want to make too much just because I think I've already hit my 50%. But here's what we'll do just to keep kind of some on because I think this moves a hell of a lot higher. I don't even want to close this, but... What's the profit target? I said 4,500, 2,225. So 77,225. The little bit of exhaustion. How much are we going to get back here? How much are we going to get back here? 146 is the high. Testing VWAP again. Initial move out and above it. Now we're retesting. You see buyers take it back. This channel is still holding at the moment, but whenever you see price with momentum and volume behind it, also breaking out above VWAP, we haven't seen any pullbacks. Buyers are still very much in control. So yes, we do have a descending channel, but once again, when you see a confirmed low with volume on the second end of that move and momentum to the upside, kind of start to lean, okay, maybe this will finally break out. Once again, we've been in this channel pretty much all day intraday, so it's, I mean, we've been in this channel for like close to 4 or 5 hours. You start to lean more, okay, this channel's played out. Now breakout traders are starting to get involved. We're looking for the breakout play. And once again, this has plenty of volume. Clean up close candles there. Right at the highs. Limited pullbacks. You see not too much of a wick to the highs. Buyers still in control. You're looking for this to start pushing 150s. That is clean right there. That is clean. You got to understand there is some resistance here, but on the back end of the momentum and volume we're seeing here, I'm cool to hold it for the break above 150. A lot of volume. A lot of volume. Volume. Pretty bullish close on the 5-minute. Want to see this next one flip green and immediately attempt to once again break those highs. Clean. 145. Nice tight range at the highs. Looks good. Still very bullish. 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 We'll do 150 sell limit order. You average down, well, it's probably not the healthiest thing to do, and I probably could have executed better on the entry, but once again, these are just eval accounts here. How far down are we going to pull back here? You want to see pretty limited pullbacks. Like, how much are we going to get back? How much are we going to get back? I'm break even. I'm going to be break even and let this trade play out. All over a couple points. all over a couple points. Maybe we should have covered some as we started to reject the channel. But let's see if it's just a quick touch and go retest, leaves a wick, and then bounces back into the 40s. There's 40s again. Healthy retracement so far, so far. I mean, if it doesn't hold 30s, it starts to look pretty yucky. But yes, you have to understand retracements. It can give you a retracement. Got to give buyers a chance to get in, right? Got to give buyers a chance to get in. We can't hold 30s. It's kind of baffling. I'm not going to lie. Not holding 30s here is pretty bearish. Still favorable to break to the upside, but I do hate to see pullbacks like that. It's like nails on a chalkboard having to hold through that. It would be best to even take your break-even trade and be pissed. Well, it happens sometimes. I think we'll be alright, but it does happen sometimes. Just needs to get back above 140. Nice wick there. See if it moves. Yoav did dip. I told you. Guess how he does it. He did dip. He's gone. He's totally gone. Yoav, are you still here? He'll like tell me to do something, and then it'll go the other way, then he'll go away. So what should we do? Should we put what limit should we put on NQ? I think 5. See, but I could also take it off. Look, just like that. See, what good is a risk setting if I can go and mess with it? Oh, you can lock out risk settings for the day. Okay, so you can go and lock it out. That's good to know. So you can go and lock it out for the day, and then you can't change it for that day. That would be good to go. That would be good. That would be good. You talk about me like that too? No, because you don't come in here and tell me how to trade and then, you know. No, I'm just talking about that guy because he'll come in and tell me how to trade. and then he'll go. I don't have any problem with you guys asking questions. Why don't you trade Top Step anymore? I do, brother. I'm locked out today, but I do trade Top Step. I'll trade that tonight. Yoav's here. I'm sorry, Yoav. We're only joking. We're just trying to keep it entertaining. We're just joking. Did you take a short, though? The stash is looking good. Thank you, man. People keep telling me it doesn't look good. I don't know. I don't know if it looks good or not. I don't know if I should shape it or not. I don't know if I keep growing, if it'll look better. I don't know. Yeah, what's good, Ryu? I see Ryu. I feel like I see Ryu somewhere sometimes in like other chats and stuff. I feel like I know you come in here. I feel like I've seen you on like Top Step and maybe some other streamers. This looks good. This looks good. We're not backing off too aggressively off the highs of this descending channel. Once again, we have volume and momentum behind us. Clean rip to the upside. We're consolidating right here at VWAP. So whenever you look at a market like this and you're kind of combining market structure and price action, you're asking why I'm not closing it, because we are at resistance of this kind of downward channel. We are continuing making lower lows and lower highs. Sorry, lower lows and lower highs. But the difference is, after we've been in a channel, for 4 or 5 hours intraday, at some point this is consolidation and we will have a breakout trade from the highs or the lows. So I really start to look more so at price action. And the other times we came up here and tested, we had an engulfing move away, series of wicks, failed moves above VWAP. But now, off of a fresh low of day break, took the sell orders here. We see momentum and volume behind it. And now we have a tight trading window, kind of just accumulating buyers to make this second move through the top of this channel. And so now this is more of a breakout trade than a channel trade. I wouldn't be looking for sells here because, once again, look at the volume. Look at these candles, the size and speed in which these candles came up. And now we have pretty indecisive or kind of just consolidating series of candles here, looking for a higher low to form and for a move through the VWAP in the highs of this channel. So I'm anticipating, at the moment, it is still, yes, lower highs and lower lows, but now I'm anticipating a breakout trade, because the price action is telling me to anticipate a breakout trade. So I'm anticipating a breakout trade. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Everybody keep it civil in the chat. Everybody keep it civil in the chat. Forgive, forget, and then let's keep it civil from here. I don't care for my mustache. Yeah, I don't really care for it either. I wish I could grow a beard, but I can't. I can't grow a beard. I can't grow a beard. Somebody said, do you only scalp? I think I read that comment a while ago, and now I'm looking at all these orders, and it kind of does seem like I'm a bit of a fiend, doesn't it? Like, look at all these orders and a ton of orders. I kind of look, okay. I have a problem. I have a problem, it looks like. I have a problem. Guys, if y'all want to insert into the My Funded Futures account giveaway, if y'all need some prop firms to trade with, if you need a new funded account, go pick up My Funded Futures. They're the cheapest all-in funded accounts when it comes to the value you get out of them, and no activation fees. Pass in as little as 2 days or 1 day on the expert accounts. No activation fee. You're instantly a funded trader as soon as tomorrow if you get an expert account, as soon as Thursday if you get a starter plus account. I think it looks bad, but you got to understand, I think I was adding in, I think I was scaling in. So like this is 3 orders, but this was 1 trade. Like this was 3 sell orders, but this was 1 trade. I think with like 40 micros, but it was like 1 trade. But yeah, I've got a trading addiction. This isn't good. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, see, now this turns into a breakout trade for us. So now as you're breaking out of what would be a confirmed breakout out of a channel, continued clean price action. You don't want to see this hesitate too much above a clean breakout level. Because then that turns into what? A fake out. I think this was only like 2 or 3 trades. It's just that a lot of scaling. Like this was all me building this position pretty much. Why are we top ticking my sell limit, brother? Why? Nice clean up close candle, confirming support, new support at 130. So internal higher low. And we're breaking out. We have 30 filled there. We're good to go. Now you kind of just let the 10 run. Well, I've actually made too much profit on the day, but we'll let 10 run just for the culture. Why not? Still up long from 6295 from MES. I banked this morning on my funded accounts with the open, just faded the extreme V-shaped recovery. Nice, nice, nice. That's clean, bro. I think I need to start trading MES too. In fact, I'm going to do something. I'm going to go ahead and trade. I'm going to go ahead and ban all of the. I'm going to ban all of the indices. I'm going to have to remember to do this every day, which is going to get a little tedious. I never want to take more than 5 minis on gold. Yeah. Okay, so this is clean. This is really clean. Okay, so you have a channel that has been invalidated with a breakout, and we completely kind of saw it coming with the price action, right? So a lot of indecision, a lot of series of wicks here. We can kind of assume, okay, there's no clear control to the bullish side. So yes, we will stay in the channel. We come test, take new lows, series of down close wicks. And then we start to see volume momentum to the upside, micro pullback, kind of like a cup and handle. We can go over that cup and handle pattern as well, but rips through VWAP, and now we're out and above the channel. So clean breakout trade. And you start to look for these breakout trades the longer that we have consolidated price within the channel. The longer we've been in the channel, the more you start to lean into looking for that breakout trade. And you can sometimes see it coming when you have volume like that. So clean ripper. Use some kind of indicator to mark out channel. Well, yeah, so if we have a channel, this isn't a range, but a channel. Channels are kind of different than ranges, as ranges are more sideways. Channels can be kind of like internal trends where it's lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, which now we broke out of that. I guess we still need to break this high, but lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. So if it's something like that, and we kind of have a trend, but it's still holding a channel, then I go here on TradingView. And I only just found this out the other day. It's under the marker. Well, it's the parallel channel, and then you hit the top, and then you do that, and then you do this. And that's how you get that. If you just want to do a range, the range is just like a rectangle. Just do a range. But this is the difference between a channel and a range. Is a channel is got some sort of trend to it. It's not breaking out, but it's got some sort of trend to it, whether that be lower lows, lower highs, higher lows. A range is just truly equal highs and lows and just ranging. Now, that's the difference between a channel and a range. This was a channel breakout trade that we took here. And so now we have 160s breaking out, 62. I really could hold this until hopefully high day, but I could close it in the 60s, I suppose. I don't really need this profit. Clean move through 60. Still have a ton of volume here. Nice clean up close candle right through VWAP. Candles are just extending higher, not leaving top wicks. Buyer still in control. So if this is kind of a move where we have levels upon levels to run through, I really could just use price action to determine the exit. As soon as I start to see exhaustion wicks, I can always just get out and re-enter, right? So whenever I see buyers start to show a little bit of exhaustion, I see wicks fill to the highs, then maybe I'll just pop out of it, and I can always get back in. Can always get back in. What's your TP? Well, we have a couple levels here, 170s, 180s. I'll probably end up taking it off as soon as I see buyers become exhausted. Right now, buyers are still very much in control. For me, this is going to be a candlestick exit. So truly, whenever I see buyers lose control or even hesitate a little bit, I will be cutting the trade. As of now, they're still very much in control. Yeah, these are micros here. So this is kind of this is what a past eval looks like. One good trade, you know, with 20, 30 micros or 2, 3 minis, you can pass an eval with a trade like this. If you guys wanted to go pick up some My Funded Future accounts, we're doing a giveaway. So it only makes sense if you guys, I mean, they're one of the best prop firms, maybe the best prop firm in the space. Currently doing a giveaway. So if you use code BPC, not only are you getting the best discount, you'll also be entered into a 6-account giveaway, which is massive. They're giving away 3 accounts. I'm giving away 3 accounts. And we're doing a huge giveaway. All right, 73 still ripping. This market's completely in bullish control. So this is kind of where we're starting to look at price action. I start to see a wick at 75. Once again, you can always re-enter. But if the market's going to print kind of a doji or reversal candle like this, then I need to be aware and maybe step out of the trade, because we could very well reverse off of this. Okay, so that's my exit indicator, right? That's my exit indicator right there. We leave an exhaustion wick to the upside, and we get deep retracement into the previous up close candle. I'm out of the trade right there because buyers are becoming exhausted. It could continue whipping it. It could continue ripping, and I hope it does, but I'm out. Did I just fucking talk like a kid? Uh-oh. It could continue whipping. All right. No, but I'm out there. Okay, so that's my reversal indicator. Exhaustion in the 70s. It would have to really invalidate a lot of structure. Like, we really have to kind of pull back into this channel and start respecting it again for it to be in bearish control. But at the moment, sellers took control of it. Even if just for a temporary second, they took control of it, and I have to get out. So, I mean, that was a big 3-4K trade right there, I think. About maybe $2,700 trade. Okay, all good. I think that's good for the day, I think. I think that's good for the day. What do y'all think? We were in that trade for a couple hours there, to be honest. I think it's time to go eat, chill out. Yeah. All right, y'all. I hope everybody has a great day. And we will see y'all in the next stream, man. Go pick up some iPhone and futures accounts. Use code BPC. It's a big giveaway. Probably some of the better. I don't know who else is doing giveaways like this. 6 account giveaway is pretty massive. You're probably not going to see other streamers do a big 6 account giveaway. I could be totally wrong. I haven't really checked in though. But 6 accounts pretty solid. You double your chances. It would have been a 3 account giveaway, but I'm also giving away 3, so double the chances. Market isn't closed yet. I know. Najee Harris. Shouldn't you be in summer camp? Look at that. We split 170s. Still moving. I'm curious to see if that goes all the way to high day. It has room. All right, I'm going to dip off and go chill out. Y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all in the next live stream. I appreciate y'all for pulling up.